When you watch media and you think of familial relationships, specifically siblings, who do you think of? Maybe the Elric brothers, Katara and Sokka, Mikasa and Eren maybe? Either way, it goes without saying that more often than not, sibling relationships enhance the stories we take in several-fold, as they are normally characters with a lot of emotional weight attached to them. And just like the examples I've given so far, Itachi Uchiha is definitely a character that carries a lot of emotional weight. This is a character that fans across the world adore, and why wouldn't they? He's introduced as a villain that is corrupting one of our favorite characters, but slowly evolves into an enigmatic figure that we all praise for making enormous sacrifices. But more than anything, Itachi is known for being a good brother to Sasuke. Sure, there were moments that were questionable at best, but ultimately when all was said and done, Sasuke loved his brother, and that's all that matters. Right? Well, today that's what I wanted to discuss. Now that we've had the entirety of Itachi's life on paper and screen for a while, we have the ability of hindsight to go back and observe what Itachi says versus what he does, and how that ultimately affects Sasuke. In other words, today we will be dissecting how Itachi is a mediocre brother at best. So, in order to spin this narrative in a convincing way, I want to first talk about the things that people love about this character in regards to his relationships and his morals, and see how that affects Sasuke, and more importantly, the overall story of Naruto. When talking about Itachi, the first thing that comes to mind is obviously the Uchiha Massacre. An awful event that left several innocents slain at the hands of both Itachi and Obito, but was so brutal that the damage left to Sasuke's psyche was irreparable until arguably the very end of the series. Now obviously the argument stands that Itachi did this for the sake of the village, because he believes in the power of the collective, rather than the machinations of his family and their hatred. Itachi is a character who aims to push the world forward in a way. It feels comparable to the trolley problem, where you're forced to either let a train continue on its path and kill an individual, or intervene and divert the path on that train, ultimately killing multiple people set on the other path. Itachi could have either stood by while his entire family tried, emphasis on try, to take out the village, or he could retroactively do something about it himself. Either way, whether or not his methods were the correct choices, this ultimately caused an unspeakable amount of suffering and mental turmoil on Sasuke. And Itachi's choice of showing Sasuke the death of his entire clan through the Mangekyo is shown later in the series as something Itachi was doing to help Sasuke fester his hatred and become stronger. Itachi thinks he's helping here, or at least he's hoping he is. But something about this always bothered me. After his true nature was revealed, Itachi was shown as a kind character, as someone who had a lot of understanding and love. When this was ultimately revealed, it bothered me that Itachi's method for Sasuke growing stronger was to fester hatred. Itachi definitely feels like a character that should have been smart/wise enough to help Sasuke grow in strength without sending him on such a dark path, and this isn't just complete headcanon thinking either. From a young age, Itachi was described to have the mind similar to a Hokage. That's not somebody who's just smart, but somebody who also has a lot of worldly wisdom and can easily take in the perspective of others around them. So when Itachi tells Sasuke to fester his hatred and to come find/kill him, to me it just feels like a cop-out on Itachi's part. Like he's wallowing in his decisions and doesn't want to live anymore, but Sasuke has to be the one to kill him. In Itachi's mind, this is to give Sasuke peace and comfort and to make him a hero for the Leaf. But it doesn't seem like Itachi thought ahead of what would happen if Sasuke found out the truth of his past. Because when that ultimately does happen, Sasuke does a complete 180 of what Itachi wanted. If Itachi absolutely had to kill the entire Uchiha clan, he definitely didn't have to show those images to his brother. And when they face off again years later and Itachi breaks Sasuke's wrist, he uses his Mangekyo to torture Sasuke again. This, in my opinion, is excessive. He could have easily just berated him and given him a hint of who to train with. Hell, when Jiraiya shows up, Itachi could have made a bigger deal about his presence, talking up his skill, which would hopefully drop a hint that maybe Sasuke should train under him. Granted, this would change the entire timeline in the process, but that's neither here nor there. During their final fight, Itachi does a few things that are of use to Sasuke, and also do a few things that really shake him up. First off, during the Mangekyo battle, Sasuke is shown an image of his eye being ripped out by Itachi, and while Sasuke doesn't seem too bothered by this at first, during the final moments when Itachi is reaching out to Sasuke, when Sasuke has nowhere left to run, you can see the panic on his face. He thinks he's about to have his eyes ripped out by his brother. Traumatizing for sure. The only other good thing Itachi does for his brother in these moments were give him insight about Madara Uchiha, which was actually Obito at the time, and expel Orochimaru from Sasuke's body. However, on that last point, I'd argue that if Itachi had never come to the Leaf and tried to capture Naruto, Sasuke would have never gone down the path of Orochimaru's apprenticeship. So, if anything, Itachi is just rectifying a mistake he made here. During the final act of Sasuke and Itachi's relationship, the bond between these brothers is rekindled, and we as fans are rewarded with a beautifully heartwarming shot. And I'll admit, this scene definitely made me smile and was something that I needed as well. But even in these final moments, Itachi himself admits that he did things incorrectly. He tried to take on things by himself too often and lied to everyone, while at the same time asking them for forgiveness. He acted as a true shinobi would, but for somebody who seems to have such a strong connection to family, his methods were very ineffective. In an attempt to strengthen his brother, make him a hero, and give himself an executioner, he used his Mangekyo on his brother not only once, but twice, traumatizing him while doing so. He gave Sasuke a superiority complex from the start of the show, which made his personality kind of insufferable. And in the end, while his final words to his brother were sweet, I think he should have mentioned their parents as well. A big part of Sasuke's character early on in his childhood, and arguably until Itachi's death, was the fact that Sasuke got little to no presents from his father, while Itachi received praise hand over fist. Obviously this doesn't make Sasuke hate Itachi, but does start the festering of jealousy and competitiveness. In his final moments, if Itachi wanted to really seal the deal on trying to calm Sasuke's heart and make him turn back to the Leaf, I think Sasuke should have mentioned the conversation that he had with their parents, the moment before their death. And I think he should have mentioned to Sasuke how much their father really loved him. Hearing from Itachi that their father not only loved him, but praised him in secret could have been a huge turning point for Sasuke, and could have maybe changed the outcome of the end of the series. Probably not, but who knows. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button down below for me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, that way you know when each and every single one of my videos comes out. And like I said before, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other videos as well. I have videos like this that I think you will enjoy. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you all next time.